interest for his great-great-grandkids. That's what the estate planner does. He has a need to reduce his taxes. That's what the tax lawyer does. He has a need to protect all of the marks and copyrights that are generated because of his great fame. That's what the intellectual property lawyer does. So there's lots of things that a person can do in the sports and entertainment realm that aren't necessarily being an agent or a manager. That's the thing that people think is sexy. But if you're interested in being a lawyer, then there's athletics and law, sports law. There's no such thing as sports law. It's the intersection of all of the traditional bodies of law with the special area of sports. So in every area of the law, there's a way that that law touches sports. There's family law for athletes. They get married, they get divorced, they have kids in and outside of wedlock. Those are all very special issues. And now you're talking about numbers and personalities that are very unique. The average family law attorney is not necessarily versed in that, but there's a niche out there for somebody to become the family law attorney to the athlete stars. You know, this is who you go see when you need a prenuptial agreement. That's not Don West. You know, but there is a room out there waiting to be filled by some, you know, new lawyer or law student. And so there's all kinds of avenues for a student who wants to get into sports entertainment that is not the traditional, oh, I want to be a sports agent or I want to manage a rock band. How about I'm a tax lawyer for, you know, 45 NBA players? You know, I have a colleague that does just that. They do the taxes for 45 NBA players, and that's just about all they do. And they pick and choose their clients now. But their specialty is tax.
Great, great, such insightful tips. Now, what do you say to you yourself, you were very focused, strategic, particularly in what you wanted to do. What do you say to the prospective students who maybe just knows, I want to go to the University of Miami, I'm not sure what area of law I would like to practice in, but what can that student do to posture themselves to be a successful attorney? If you don't know exactly what you want to do, I think the benefit of the University of Miami is the breadth and the selection of the curriculum. We have some of the best faculty members across a long line of specialties. I think you should try to explore in your second and third year a lot of different courses. You know, don't stay too focused if you don't know what you want to do in the traditional path. You know, take some of the other courses that are out there and expand your horizons, and you may find a course that all of a sudden speaks to your heartstrings and develops a passion within you that drives your career. One of the things I did as a law student and as a young lawyer, I would always ask, especially the older lawyers, the guys that were over 60, because they seem to have a lot of perspective. I would ask them, how did you find your practice area? And it was interesting. Almost without exception, they always said, it found me. You know, I came here to be a sports lawyer, right? I wanted to be a sports agent. It narrowed down from being a sports lawyer to a sports agent. That's what I was. In 1999, I was running around out on the bricks of the law school when I was going to be a sports agent. But my practice area found me, and it's legacy and estate planning. And it grew out of the sports agent thing and out of the experiences. And I don't want to sound weird with it, but it does find you, it calls you to come do this. And when you find that, when you can align your interest with something that you have a passion about, then I get up every day and I want to go to work. You know, and I go to sleep thinking, man, I need 2 more hours. Not, oh my God, what time do I get off? And that's a wonderful, wonderful benefit and a wonderful way to live your life, because that's what a career is about. That's what a profession is about. And that's when you seek to do your best work. And when you're seeking to do your best work and put forth your best product every day, then you know you found where you're supposed to be, and then you can try to seek to drive that as far as you can push it. That's wonderful. And not only do you represent athletes and stars, but you yourself are a star in your own right with the numerous television appearances that you've actually appeared in. Tell us a little bit about that and that experience. In 2005, I received a phone call out of the blue from a set of producers. They were doing a reality show on sports agents, and it was actually a time when I was thinking about transitioning into my current practice and moving away from the sports agent field specifically, but the opportunity to be on TV and actually to see how television was made was something that was very interesting to me, and I thought could also be applicable to my clients and to some of their interests as they continue to grow and develop. So I took the opportunity. It was a show that was owned by Viacom, and it was produced and aired on Spike TV. But it was a great networking opportunity. I got to meet producers, directors, people from the networks, and also you got to see how television was made, and that's a business in and of itself, and it's a resource
that people need to understand, and it plays into the ultimate legacy generation. We emulate the things that we see on TV, and there's a lot of role modeling that comes from athletes, and there's a lot of opportunity for professionals to be role models as well in our communities. So I went into the television reality experience for that, and there was, because it was a reality show about something that we did for a living, so it was more of a documentary reality show. They didn't do a lot of hokey pokey. They just allowed us to kind of show some of the insights of what a sports agent's life was about. It wasn't truly true to life, because you don't usually have 8 agents sitting in a room trying to talk to a client all at the same time, although it does happen, but not in that exact environment. But what came out of the television show was you realize how your University of Miami family is, you know, how far they have expanded in terms of, there's like a diaspora of the law school community. You know, the class of 2000 is in California, is in New York, is in Atlanta, is in Miami, Palm Beach, Texas. The television show, what it showed was the power of broadcasting and the internet, and the connection of the family, because the show went on the air and I started getting emails and phone calls from people that I hadn't spoken to in 5 years that I went to law school with, and we were able to reconnect. So that was a great experience, and it was a great eye-opener to how the network and the family of the law school plays in. So, you know, an advice I would give to law students is, you come to law school for 3 years, and even when you're in undergrad, and which you sometimes don't actively participate in, is the development and nurturing of the relationships of your fellow law students. Your fellow law students are going to be your fellow lawyers, and depending on your age when you come to law school, when I graduated law school I was 28. You know, if I live to be 80, that's a long time that I have, and those people are going to be my alumni, fellow alumni for that entire time span. They're going to be the future judges. They're